Are you confused with data analysis? Are you finding it hard to understand what's actually happening with your marketing and if you're making money or if you're losing money? Well, in this video we're going to look at 3 key metrics you only ever need to use. When you look at Facebook marketing, when you look at Instagram marketing, people talk about click-through rates, customer acquisition, ROIs. There's a lot of terms that are quite easily confusing. If you focus on just 3, it's all you ever need, and it's going to make the process a lot more simple, and it's going to help you determine pretty much instantly if you're making money and if you're not making money. And at that point, you can cut what's not working and you can just scale up what is. So let's have a little look at what we need. The first metric is CPC, it's cost per click. This is how much it costs you to get someone clicking on an advert from Facebook, from Instagram, from a YouTube ad, even from a Google a Google AdWord, PPC. How much is it costing you for one of those people to click on that and then get onto your platform, be it your website or your Facebook page or contact form? This is easily found. So in Google, you can find it in your ads manager. You can also find it in Facebook within the ads manager itself. It's kind of one of the selections you can select CPC. It's kind of in the default settings, but this metric, it lists it for you. You have to run ads to get this metric. You have to have a bit of data to populate it, but once you've got it, you'll soon find out how much it's costing you to get someone off of their platform into your environment, into your business. On to the next one. Metric number 2, cost per lead. So this is out of everyone who's kind of clicked off of Facebook, gone onto your website, contact form, or whatever it is, how many of those have gone to the next stage of your business, your next stage of your sales funnel, as they say. So this is, if you've got a questionnaire or if you've got a booking form, how many of those people who've gone on your website then enter the booking form? It's the next stage of qualifying. You've got someone who showed some vague interest and left their day-to-day and entered your website. Okay, at that point, who's interested? Who really cares? Who is going to become a lead, become a prospect, and show further interest in about booking a treatment with you? So this is a little bit harder to identify because there's no part and parcel, there's no built-in system to measure the amount of leads you have. This is going to be how many online submission forms you get, how many telephone calls you get, how many emails you get. So an email, a telephone, a message on Facebook, all of these things where someone's shown further interest after seeing some of your content are classified as leads. So it's a little bit more taxing, not as user-friendly. You might have to do some manual calculation on this, but you want to find out after everyone who's shown an ad, who follows through and sending you a message and expressing further interest. This is why customer feedback is very important. Every single chance you get, if you can ask your clients or your customers where they get there, how they found you, how they came across your business, you need to know where these leads are coming from, because once you know that, you can attribute it, and then you can start to stack. We'll go on to it in a bit later, but we'll stack how these interact, and then you'll soon see if you're losing money or if you're gaining money. On to the next and last metric. And the last metric, CPS, cost per sale. This is undoubtedly the most important one. You want to know how much are you spending to get a customer. If your treatment is £150 and it's cost you £200 to find that person, that's not good, you're losing money. So you want your cost per sale obviously to be quite below your sale. If you've got overheads and you've got other margins to factor in, you want to know what you're spending to get these customers online. So that's all very well and good, that's what they are, but how do you find them? How do you calculate this golden figure, the cost per sale? And this is determined if you're making money or if you're losing money. Well, it's kind of a 3-stage process. The first thing you want to do is look at your cost per lead. So as I said, this is directly available to you in the browsing manager if it's Facebook or if it's Google. So let's pick an example here. We're running a Facebook ad, and we are doing a potential advert for a lip service, and the initial part of that lip service is an article on how to look after lips, or we're offering a product. Now, let's say we are getting, to make it simple, we're doing 50p. So let's say our cost per lead is 50p, our cost per click is 50p. So for every person clicking on that ad, it's going to cost us 50p to get them onto the website. And on the website, we can probably express a little further interest where they could read an article, they can get it for free, or we could kind of progress them on to the next stage where once they've been formed, they then fill out an online submission form. So this is where the manual calculation comes in. Let's say you have 100 people clicking on, going onto your website. So yeah, let's say we had 100 people clicking through and going onto your website. And out of those 100, you follow up, and let's say you have 1 in every 10 converts and makes a sale. Or no, let's just say 1 in every 10 people visiting your site fills an online submission form in. So that's quite an easy calculation. We're left with 10 then. So it's cost us so far, it's £50 to get 10 submission forms filled in with a 10% conversion rate. So the conversion rate, do you know what, we can just ignore that. It means 1 in every 10 fill out a form. There we go. So we've got 100 people clicking through. Out of those 100, we've got 10 people filling a form in. And from here, the cost per sale, let's say 2 out of those 10 actually go on to book a treatment and attend the treatment. So from that 10, we get 2 people. Now, calculation from this point is quite simple. It costs us £50 to get 100 clicks, which translate into 10 leads, which translate into 2 sales. 50 divided by 2, 25. £25 it's cost us to get a customer. Now, the kind of key to this is tracking the leads from where it comes from. And if you really want to optimize this, so the whole crux of this this area is customer acquisition. It's finding out where the leads are coming from, because you want to attribute your leads to where they're the right ads, or if they're not coming from certain ads, you want to know where these online submission forms, who's filling them in, where have they come from, what have they seen, and then what have they seen. Now, 3 ways to improve this situation. The first one is how good is your ad. By fine-tuning your ad copy, by making your visuals a little bit more striking, and by increasing the offer, you can drastically increase your cost per click. The cost per lead is how well is your website performing. If you're running them onto a website, you really need to fine-tune that to increase the conversion rate. You need to make it compelling. You want to link it to the ad. So anyone who's seeing the ad, they want to see exactly the same message. They want to feel like when they've exited Facebook, they're not under false pretense. They've arrived there, and it's corresponding to what it's corresponding to what's been advertised, and they can pick up where they left off. And then the last stage, cost per sale, improving this is purely how good are you at following up. If someone fills an online submission form in and you phone them sort of 20 minutes later, it shows you're eager, you're ready for it, and you're offering good service. If you don't follow up, if you miss a telephone call, if you miss a voicemail, you don't respond, if you don't reply to an email, if your email's going to junk folders, you want to siphon every single inquiry, every single lead. You want to be hot on to really fine tune this. And at the end of the day, if you can increase the clicks into leads and leads into sales, it's going to really bump up the results you get, and it's either going to lower your marketing costs for what the results, or with the same marketing costs, it's going to drastically increase the results. Depends which way you look at it. But if you focus on just these 3 things, that's all you need to know. You can ignore every other metric you can get out of Facebook. The only thing you want to know is how much you're spending to get a customer. But before you do that, you need to know how much you're spending to get their attention and get them off Facebook or Instagram. And then what you want to do is you want to find out of those people who are qualifying into leads, and then out of those leads, who end up as a sale.